Welcome back everyone to 1915, the Rhine campaign. And the last time we managed to make a breakthrough in Eastern France / Western Germany, got across the Rhine with our cavalry, and we are now trying to overrun the last remaining pocket in sort of the northwestern area of Germany, that is to say Cologne and Dusseldorf, encountering quite a bit of a problem in that Cologne is very heavily fortified. We are slowly working down the fortifications, not without huge casualties at 15,848 so far, not counting an earlier attack. At the same time, we're trying to prevent the Germans from breaking out of the pocket out of the Dusseldorf-Münster-Wilhelmshaven highway. And in the meantime, we have also gotten some cavalry in the south, commanded by Plumer, who are also harassing the Germans in the area of Mainz. At the same time, we are trying to again do some reinforcing moves towards the north so that we can keep the pocket under our control. We have won a battle in the Bay of Mecklenburg, losing 7 battleships. Wow, it's quite ridiculous. But the Germans also lost 4 battleships, so both sides suffering grave losses. Looks like the Hochseeflotte trying to break out of the blockade failed. Of course, we have to leave a very measly force now. Let's see if we have some reinforcements here. It doesn't appear like we have any reinforcements available. What we do have is Jellicoe's Grand Fleet, which can send a few ships the way of Force I. So 10 more ships should easily be able to hold the German fleet in place. We also are advancing in Western and Eastern Africa as well. So that's going to be fairly nice. Once we have those areas of the world under control, we don't really have to worry about German forces in the colonies, and so we can send back our troops that we have in the area, maybe even upgrade them for the fight in Europe, and perhaps the Middle East as well. In the Middle East, so there's some events going on in China that we don't really care too much about. Also, very nicely smashing the Ottoman Navy is something that we care about quite dearly. So we are back in Bielefeld. Problem is that these units are very low on organization, so we're going to try to move towards Münster to at least slow down these 4 units that are trying to escape Dusseldorf. In the meantime, we are bombing them, causing quite a bit of ruckus in their forces, doing lots of damage, which is very nice. Münster, we are under attack from Germany now that we did get there, but that's mostly just to slow them down so that our units in Bielefeld can reorganize and reinforce. Very nice. And now I think we can move this other unit of cavalry through and reinforce the area further against any German aggression. Now, we still have some descent problems, but we also have some supply problems. That means that we need to divert more towards supplies. We have a laissez-faire capitalist, Lloyd George, who is soon going to become Prime Minister, most likely, as a armaments minister. And I would indeed kind of like something else. Interestingly, Lloyd George is also a military entrepreneur, which would be better than a laissez-faire capitalist right now for us, because that would increase the production of supplies by 10%. And that's not bad at all. Yes, let's do that. Unfortunately, we are indeed going to take a bit of a descent hit for that 2%, because we changed our government around, and they did manage to get to Münster. Not good. Not good, not good. Let's try to move east then towards Hanover. That is a lot of IC for Germany. Germany right now is at 174 effective IC out of 143 total IC. So for total IC, they are weaker than we are, but for effective IC, they're still way stronger. Of course, we have France on our side, and they have Austria-Hungary, so generally equal size, except France usually qualitatively is better than Austria-Hungary. We also have Italy and Russia, so Russia obviously providing quite a bit there in terms of support. I'm wondering if we're going to be able to close the gap in any other way. Very nice, getting some more divisions up and running. Now, which infantry division is closest to being made? It seems as if this division. We're still doing fairly decently in Cologne, and keeping them at least, but we're still taking lots of casualties. We have finally seemingly managed to destroy the Ostafrikanische Schutztruppe in East Africa by the virtue of our huge, overwhelming number superiority. So going to Kigali should be enough for that. Looks like Canada, or no, that's actually South Africa. So South Africa is helping us out with the remnants of the Germans in... my African geography is not very good. What is this area? Is Botswana? Rhodesia, so yes, Botswana and Zimbabwe. In the meantime, we have also managed to overrun the enemy in Yaoundé, which is good because it's the only port that they have in Cameroon. Once you have that, these units that are now retreating are going to starve to death because of the lack of supply coming in from the mainland. In the meantime, it looks like in the Balkans, Belgrade is under assault from multiple flanks by the Germans. Of course, Belgrade has the very nice advantage of basically being surrounded by rivers on all sides, except from Uzice, or maybe even Uzice. Who knows? You never really know with Serbo-Croatian how you're gonna say it. Still, Belgrade is pretty much a virtual fortress. Also being urban terrain helps quite a bit because that does give quite a lot of defensive bonuses. Problem is, of course, if the city is surrounded, that doesn't really mean a lot. Hopefully our Serbian friends are going to be able to hold. So we have gotten to Kigali, and eventually these units retreating back to Kigali are going to be destroyed when they run into my units. In Hanover, we are getting attacked by some German reinforcements. The 60th Infantry Division coming from the east in Magdeburg, but at the same time, we're going to at least strive to hold them back in the area. We could try to bomb Magdeburg, but that would require sending out planes into Hanover itself, or into Essen, to possibly very dangerous areas, because they might just be overrun by German troops. So instead we're going to attack Saarbrücken, where there's a lot of German forces under attack by our French allies. 7 German divisions, in fact. Shouldn't be too hard to defeat them, it would seem, because they're already very, very weak. As you can see, they are pretty much battered completely. I think we should stop the attack on Cologne. We aren't going to be able to overrun it. We've taken a absolutely disgusting amount of casualties, an embarrassing amount of casualties, in fact, in that attack. We weren't able to pocket the German army, which was my aim. At the same time, we have some troops coming over, so we're going to send the 2nd Mounted Division while we wait for the 5th Corps not. 5th Corps not, and yeah, you're going to stop that. We also engaged the hostiles in Yaoundé because the French actually took the rest of the Cameroonian provinces, and now they're going to be helping us out once the pop-up spam stops. taking out the Kamerunische Schutztruppe. And that's going to be the end of German West African colonies, hopefully. At the same time, we are advancing with our infantry towards Dusseldorf, which is nice. In Hanover, we're still taking tons of attacks from both a Landwehr Division and an infantry division, so easy enough to retreat there, back to Bielefeld. At the same time, we are going to attack Münster. We should have our Air Force support that attack as much as possible. Because if we do indeed manage to take Münster... Oh, somebody just declared war. So the Senussi declared war upon us. Not very good. I probably should have been expecting that. Damn. I'm gonna send the West African regiments to Sidi Barani. Should also have an infantry division in Britain, the North Fabrian, ready to go. And they're also gonna go to Sidi Barani. The rest of the forces here are kind of having to stay there because it's important. It looks like also our Raj puppets are moving through. They've taken Nasiriyah in Iraq. And now they kind of are threatening to surround Basra, which contains quite a few Ottoman divisions, and also Kuwait, which is obviously a British territory, obviously. And so that's nice that our puppet is doing that. Also, lots of Iraqi territory that they could take. Russia also doing really well in capturing Trabzon from the Ottomans. Russia, in the meantime, seems to have mostly stabilized the situation in the Eastern Front. They have managed to rush reinforcements to Narva, stopping the German advance towards Tallinn and Petersburg, and maybe still able to turn back the Germans in Latvia and Lithuania. At the same time, the big problem seems to be von Hindenburg's corps, which is trying to push through towards Minsk. And in fact, there's quite a bit of weak spots in the Russian line, and they are facing some huge opposition in the Carpathian Mountains near Przemysl. But at the same time, hopefully our continued offensives are relieving pressure from them, which seems to be happening. How did the Senussi get a division there? In Nayala? Not sure. Maybe spawned by some event. Of course, we also have the Italians in the area. We could try to ship the 7th Infantry to Tobruk. We're gonna try to do that. We should also have a reinforcement navy. They are going to... Whoa. Out of range. What? No, you are in range. You're gonna shore bombardment... What? Why can you not attack? Not sure why you cannot shore bombard the Senussi. That would be quite helpful. Let's try to see if that's gonna work. Okay. We are pushing on through to Düsseldorf, and our cavalry seems to be making progress, which is great. And we're also getting attacked, however, so we have to stop that offensive right there, and we are going to continue that with the 2 infantry units that are moving through. At the same time, we are going to attack in Cologne once again to at least stop the Germans there. You are going to support the attack on Münster, which now should be a very easy win. Our cavalry in Bielefeld is likely going to lose, But we did win in Münster, and now radar patrols. Very nice. That was in naval doctrines. However, now naval doctrines are pretty much filled up for what we can do in 1915, and air doctrines, however, might not be. Could do naval aerial support concept. Or we could do something in infantry. Can we do anything in infantry? No. Armor, no either. We could do the pigeons. We're gonna do the pigeons because the pigeons are strong. Interestingly enough, the Enfield Arsenal is the best at researching the pigeons because they have training and general equipment. So let's go and research that pigeon. Wait, is it a 1912 technology? So it should be pretty quick. So we have managed to take care of that. Can we try to attack? Nope. Because we're still under assault by the Germans. At the same time, we do have a couple of divisions here. I'm gonna send one of these corps to Bielefeld. It's gonna take a while, but we should be able to take the area under control. We should also have Bristol Scouts coming up for taking care of those pesky German bombers in Belgium. And unfortunately, Belgrade has fallen after a very, very brave resistance by the Serbs. Sure, but unfortunately the end result is the same. Can we do anything to reduce our descent? We do have war propaganda, but that's going to be at least 500 money. So we need to wait. We also have press censorship, but again, at least 500 money. So we have managed to get into Tobruk and keep it for the Italians. Unfortunately, we aren't having such luck with the south because there's some Senussi cavalry coming in. We're going to try to overrun our positions. They might get to Sidi Barani before we can redeploy troops there. Can we indeed bombard something that's not Tobruk? Nope. Very unfortunate. We're gonna go back to Malta to get repaired. Münster, tons of casualties inflicted on the enemy. Finally, we have some RAF fighter groups. We're gonna deploy to to Dover. I'm gonna assign them a commander. Obviously, we don't have anything too experienced because we're still at the start. Fleet destroyers and carpet bombers aren't too useful in commanding fighters. But you're also a spear tactician, so you would be very good to gather experience on. You're gonna go to Dusseldorf and hopefully have enough range to take care of the German bombers in Westphalia. Well, as much as possible, really, in Germany. Make sure that you start when your organization is a little bit higher. And yeah, do that. Now we also have the possibility, where are my bombers? To rebase them to Dusseldorf as well. Because now we're quite a bit closer to the front line. And we have a bit of a more secure position. Actually, we're gonna stop around attacking into Münster. It's actually too effective to have the airbase so close to the enemy lines, because I can't stop the game quick enough. Oh, actually it seems like they have forces there. Not good. Bielefeld is gonna fall soon. Not good. And we have won an air battle? I don't know. Soon enough, I think that our air force should be doing its job. And we have managed to find some enemy planes, a tactical bomber squadron, so we should at least inflict some casualties on them. So let's switch the speed to below normal and see. We have indeed shot down 7 enemy bombers. Very good. So, inflicting the first blow on the German Air Force with our Royal Flying Corps. Where are their other... okay, so it looks like some of their forces are escaping from Cologne. And in City Barani, we have managed to get some militia in there, but unfortunately it's the West African Regiment. So they're very, very weak. And we're supposed to have some transports coming through as well. I'm wondering where they are. Okay, there they are. They're gonna get there in 6 days. A legend passes away. Okay, so John Simpson Kirkpatrick was killed in Shrapnel Gully. Private John Simpson Kirkpatrick was killed in Shrapnel Gully in Gallipoli. Well, we aren't really fighting in Gallipoli yet. Interesting. On a daily basis, he would evacuate wounded soldiers from the front line to the dressing station with a donkey. Sure. That's not very good, because it gives us a lot of descent and some bad modifiers. Albania doesn't seem to be in the war yet. Wonder if we can do something about that. Also, we should have the great Mediterranean fleet here. Do some shore bombardment in City Barani. That should give some support to my militia. We have finally lost in Bielefeld, but not before slowing down the Germans by quite a bit. Same time in Münster, we should have an easy time taking that province from the Germans. Very nice, and in a few days our infantry will reach the city. And we're still attacking in Cologne, still taking lots of casualties. But at least, this time, it's fairly certain that the city will fall once we take Münster in a pretty secure way. Alright, now I'm gonna switch you on over to attacks to Cologne. We also won in Yaoundé, finally taking out that pesky militia. And now you're also going to do that, so the Egyptian and Sudanese battalions can be redeployed to Matruh. I guess to El Alamein, so that they have a bit of an easier time. And our infantry here is about to get there. Do we have the shore bombardment support like this? Yes, we do. That is indeed decreasing the enemy efficiency by just a slight bit. Good, so we have the infantry reinforcements. We might be able to hold the Senussi, because their forces are basically the remnants from the last century. If you can see their tags, it's 1870 and 1897. 1870 for the cavalry. Obviously tribal units trying to attack us. They are actually gaining ground. And that's something that declared independence, because that's the only thing that's going to be causing so much... Oh, more stuff in China. Oh boy. That's weird. That is indeed very weird. Japan's actually very weak at 63, I see. Wonder if they're doing their job. Well, Australia definitely is. They're capturing Papua New Guinea, denying the Germans a bit of resources from the area. There's also Rabaul to think about, but I'm not sure anybody's going to have the strength to amphibiously assault that. Eventually, though, all these areas should start falling because of a lack of supplies. How are things going here? Oh, that's very dangerous. I think the Raj is exposing itself to getting surrounded. Look at all those divisions in Nasiriyah and nothing in Amarah. So if the Ottomans manage to get a flank off, they can possibly surround most of the British Raj's military. Which would be a bit of a disaster, because that might actually allow the Ottomans a straight way into, well, at least Gwadar. And that would be a very good defensive line. Even Sahidan or Gamarun, all these areas would be very good and very easily defensible. That would allow them to send more forces back towards the Western theater with us. That would not be good. We may have an opportunity here. Senussi, do you have any victory points? Oh, Al-Joff? Really now? Oh, see, because... Oh, hold on. I have a non-aggression pact with the Senussi. What? Why can I not attack the Senussi? They are supposedly in a war with me, and yet I cannot attack them. That's very strange. I can also influence them. They rejected our white peace. That's very weird, actually. So what's happening in Germany? Oh. Wait, what? Oh, those are Hungarians. Interesting. Well, we should keep up that attack, so that they can't go off and reinforce somewhere else. You're going to support that attack. And then I need to upgrade my cavalry and reinforce them as well. Should be easy enough. So we have one in Sidi Barani, very good. And we might be able to reclaim our territory from those pesky tribesmen. We're gonna both attack, except the 10 Corps, supporting the actual infantry, is going to support. And that should be a very, very easy win. Yes, it is. Because that's only a very weak cavalry division. So yes, I can reclaim my territory from them, but I cannot actually invade them. That's a very weird situation. Ooh, France advancing and taking Saarbrücken. Also lots of troops in Trier doing I do not know what. And Frankfurt on mine is pretty much free for the taking. So we're going to send 6 Corps to take that. And then at the same time I can also send 5 Corps through and try to help out in explaining the breakthrough somewhere else. And now, finally, we have Münster under control. And now Cologne is finally surrounded. I think we're gonna finally put an end to this madness that has been the battle for Cologne. You can be split up, and I can send the Northumbrian division to Essen. While Eastern Command stays there. Oh, look at that. Finally going down. Very slowly, but very surely going down in Cologne. That is so good. How is the Middle East going? Pretty fine. And then Africa, also pretty fine. There's the militia over there by Germany, but soon enough they're going to be taken out by the huge amount of forces that we have. You're going to go ahead and take those 2 things. You're also useless now. And I'm going to grab a transport from somewhere. You're fine. Force O. And I'm going to send you on down to Cape. so that you can pick up the 27th Infantry Division, which is a preciously strong infantry force that can be sent towards the Middle Eastern theater. And yes, I think this is going to be the end of that. Let's try to finish them off in Cologne, but I'm not sure. I would like to finish this business before the episode ends. Oh, that's annoying. They're counterattacking in Frankfurt, but that's not enough. Now that we have the reinforcements, let's send the 5th Corps to Kassel. You're still doing a very, very mighty fine job, except, ooh, we're attacked by the Senussi in City Barani. So let's stop that. And yes, I'm gonna just stop it right now. I want to thank you for watching the Grand Campaign. Hope you've enjoyed so far. That's a lot of Bulgarians and Serbs. That's a lot more Russians and Austro-Hungarians as well. Hope you enjoyed so far. Hope you'll continue to enjoy it, and I'll see you soon.